Hello everyone and welcome to the biology lecture series, and today we'll be discussing the topic excretion. So this topic is from the class 10th science book. We have already discussed some of the topics from this chapter. So we have discussed about the excretion in amoeba, excretion in the earthworm. So these are the lower organisms. We have already discussed about the excretion process in them, and then we have also studied about the excretion process in the humans. So I have given you a brief idea about the nephrons. What is the structure of the nephrons? Okay, so nephrons are present in the kidney of the human beings, and human beings are highly developed. They are highly complex organisms. Okay, so in this lecture we'll continue the previous lecture. All right, and in this we will be studying about the excretory system in the humans. Okay, and then later on we'll be studying about the kidney. What is the structure of the kidney? All right, so this lecture includes the details about the human excretory system and the internal structure of the human kidney. So let's start with this lecture. So the human excretory system, it is basically composed of, first one, a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder, and a urethra. Okay, so there are two kidneys in humans that are present at the back side of the abdomen, or they are present in the back side of the abdominal cavity. Okay, and from these two kidneys, two ureters, they arise. Okay, so if I draw a rough sketch of here, so if this is the kidney, which is a bean-shaped structure, so there are two pairs of kidney, and the ureters, they arise from the kidney. So these are the ureters. Okay, these are the ureters that carry the urine, and then the urine is stored in the urinary bladder. Okay, and finally the urine is expelled out of the body through urethra. And this expelling out of the urine out of the body, this process is known as micturition. All right, now we will discuss about each of these parts of the excretory system: kidney, ureters, urinary bladder, and urethra. So first of all, kidneys. So what are kidneys? Kidneys are bean-shaped organs, and they are reddish in color. Okay, they are reddish brown in color. All right, and they are the part of the excretory system in humans. So the kidneys, they are the bean-shaped organs within the human body, and they serve a crucial function in our excretory system. So what is this crucial function? This crucial function is the filtering of the blood. Okay, so blood carries lot of toxic compounds, lot of toxic waste, and these wastes are produced by what? These wastes are produced during the lot of metabolic processes, lot of metabolic reactions that are going on inside the body. So blood contains all these toxic materials. So what is the function of the kidney? It acts as the filters. Okay, filters of what? Filters of the blood. So it filters the blood. All right, and they distinguish between the useful and the harmful substances in the blood also. Okay, so blood may contain the useful substances also, such as, you can say, glucose, okay, water. Apart from this, some nutrients also. All right, so blood carries all these things: nutrients, glucose, water, as well as some harmful substances. What are these harmful substances? Such as nitrogenous waste. Okay, these nitrogenous waste, I've already told you, is in the form of ammonia, urea, and uric acid. So what are these nitrogenous waste? One is the urea, another one is uric acid, and then we have the ammonia. These are the nitrogenous waste. So kidney can differentiate between these useful and the harmful substances. So what happens initially? The blood enters into the kidney, okay, and then it is filtered, and the useful substances such as the nutrients, the glucose molecules, the water, they are reabsorbed, okay, into the blood. Alright, and the harmful substances such as this nitrogenous waste and the excess nutrients, excess salts also, okay, these are eliminated out of the body. So we can say the kidney, it can distinguish between the useful and the harmful substances. And what is the function of the kidney? It acts as the filters and it helps in the filtration of the blood. It also helps to maintain the water balance. Okay, so if we talk about the function of the kidney, first is the filtration of the blood. Okay, first is the filtration of the blood, and second one is it also helps to maintain the water balance in the blood. Alright, now through the reabsorption, the kidney retain the valuable compounds, this I've already told you, such as nutrients, glucose and water and some salts, okay, while eliminating the toxic substance by producing this urine. So kidneys, what they produce? They produce urine, and this urine contain all the toxic substances. Okay, this is clear. This was about the kidney, and two pairs of kidneys are present. And where they are present? They are present at the back side of the abdominal cavity. Okay, this is clear. Now, ureters. Now, these are the tube-like structure that are also present in the pairs, and they come out of the kidneys. And what they carry? They carry the urine. Alright. So, I've already told you, this is the kidney. Kidney is a bean-shaped structure. Okay, it has a little depression here. Alright, and this depression is known as hilum. And you can see here kidney has a convex surface and a concave surface. So this is the convex surface and this one is the concave surface. Okay, and from the kidneys what arise? From the kidneys arise the ureters. So these are the ureters, which are nothing but they are the tube-like structures. And they carry what? They carry the urine. So similarly, you can draw another kidney here. Okay. And this kidney, so they are a pair of kidneys present in the humans. So this is another kidney which are reddish brown in color. And here, one more ureter will arise from here. And then this ureter will then discharge its contents in the urinary bladder. We'll see about the structure of this kidney in the upcoming slides. So these are the ureters. They exist in pairs and they come out of the kidney. So this was about the ureters. Now, urinary bladder. So the urinary bladder, these are the sac-like structures, and the ureters, they discharge their content in the urinary bladder. Okay, so these are the sac-like structures, okay, where all the urine is stored. So urine is stored for a while in the urinary bladder, and whenever you feel like discharging this urine, okay, you can discharge it through urethra. Okay, so this urinary bladder it contains some special kind of muscles. So these muscles can relax and they can contract depending on the amount of urine present in the urinary bladder. Okay, that's why you can hold the urine for some time. All right, because this urinary bladder can extend, okay, and it can relax also. And this depends on the amount of urine. Depending on the amount of urine, the urinary bladder can extend and relax. Okay. Now, urinary bladder, it gets emptied when all the urine is excreted from the urinary bladder. So it becomes empty. So in that state, it is relaxed. Now, urinary bladder has the muscular walls and it is elastic in nature. Okay, that's why you can hold urine for some times, and whenever you feel like discharging the urine, then you can discharge it through the urethra. Now, this urinary bladder, it receives urine from the kidney via ureters. This already I have explained you. Now, what is urethra? Urethra, it is again a tube-like structure that arises from the urinary bladder. Okay, so urinary bladder, it continues into a tube-like structure which is known as the urethra, and urethra is an opening through which you can discharge the urine. So the urine comes out of the body finally through the urethra. So urethra is nothing but it is an opening. If you talk about the length of the urethra, so urethra is longer in males. Okay, urethra is longer in males and it is short in females. Clear? Now, in males, it is a common pathway for both the sperms as well as the urine. Alright, so through urethra, sperms are also discharged, and through urethra, urine is also discharged. So it is a common pathway for the discharge of the sperm as well as the urine. So this was about the urethra, and this was about the excretory system in humans. So what we have discussed? We were discussing the human excretory system, which consists of a pair of kidneys. Then it consists of a pair of ureter, and this ureter, it discharges contents into the urinary bladder. This urinary bladder has muscular walls, so it is elastic because of the presence of these muscular walls, and then the urine is finally discharged out of the body or thrown out of the body with the help of the opening known as the urethra. Okay, now this is an image showing you the human excretory system. So this is what? This is then human excretory system, in which you can see there are pair of kidneys. So there are pair of the kidneys. Okay, one is the right kidney, another one is the left kidney, and a gland known as the adrenal gland. So this is present above the kidneys. Okay, then you can see this kidney, or ureter. These ureter arise from these kidney which carry the urine, and this ureter, this discharge is contents into the urinary bladder, okay, which is elastic in nature, and then here you can see the urinary opening which is known as the urethra. So urethra, again, it is a tube that arises from the urinary bladder, and it is a kind of opening through which the urine is discharged. And these are the other things here. Inferior vena cava, okay. So this inferior vena cava, this carries the deoxygenated blood, okay, whereas the aorta, this carries the oxygenated blood. Here you can see this renal vein. So this renal vein, it comes out of the kidney. Okay, so there are two kinds of here capillary system. One is renal artery, another one is renal vein. Okay, so one is the renal artery. So this renal artery, it carries oxygenated blood. It carries oxygenated blood from what? From heart towards the kidney. And then the renal vein. Okay, so it is just the opposite of the renal artery. It carries deoxygenated blood. It carries the deoxygenated blood from where? From kidney towards what? Towards the heart. And this renal vein, if we talk about this renal vein, it joins with another veins, and or you can say the renal vein. So it is very small. So this small renal vein then connects with the larger vein. Connects with the larger vein, which is known as inferior vena cava. This is known as inferior vena cava. Okay, here you can see this inferior vena cava. Alright, aorta, this carries the oxygenated blood. So this is the human excretory system. Alright, now let's discuss about the lateral structure of the kidney. So LS means the lateral structure of the kidney. So here we'll be discussing about the internal structure of the kidney as well as the external structure of the kidney. Okay, so LS literally shows you the internal structure, but I'll be telling you a little bit about the external structure also. External structure, already little bit a brief idea of I've already given you. It is a reddish brown in color. It is bean shaped in color. Okay. Now, if we talk about the structure of the kidney has a convex and a concave border. Okay. This I've already explained you. Why it has a convex and a concave border? Because it is bean shaped. Its shape is like this. Okay. So this one is the convex side and this one is the concave side. Okay. Then the inner concave side features a notch. So here a notch is present. So this notch, okay, is known as the hilum. Okay, so there is a depression, there is a notch, and this notch is known as the hilum. And this hilum serves as an entry point for the renal artery. So renal artery enters through here. Okay, so we can draw it like this. This is the renal artery. Okay, this is the renal artery which carries oxygenated blood from heart to the kidney. Okay, this I've already explained you. And it is also an exit point for the renal vein as well as the ureter. So ureter also arise from here as well as the renal vein. So renal vein, I've already told you, it carries deoxygenated blood from kidney towards the heart. Okay, so hilum. This is happening here at hilum. So hilum is a notch. Okay, it is a depression where the renal artery enters and the renal vein leaves the kidney and it goes towards the heart. All right. Now, or you can draw this another one here. So this is the renal vein. And then you can draw ureter also here. Now, the outer layer of the kidney is known as the capsule. So this is the outer layer and it is known as the capsule. Okay, so a tough capsule forms the outer layer of the kidney. Now this capsule also have 3 layers. Okay, you have to know just that only, but you should remember this name, capsule. So the outer layer of the kidney is known as the capsule. Now internally, the kidney is divided into outer renal cortex and an inner renal medulla. Okay, so kidney has 2 regions. One is the cortex and another one is the medulla. So cortex is the outer region and the medulla is the inner region. Okay, so here you can say this region is the cortex. Okay, and then we will discuss about this. There are some renal pyramids present in the kidney. So around 8 renal pyramids are present in the kidney, and these are present in the medulla region. Okay, and these are known as renal pyramid. Okay, I'll show you a nice diagram of this LS of a kidney in upcoming slides. So I'm drawing here just a rough diagram here. Alright, this is clear now. Now the hilum, it extends internally into a funnel-like structure known as the pelvis. So what is pelvis? Pelvis is the extension of the hilum and it is a funnel-like structure. I'll show you all these parts in the upcoming slides. Now, the projection known as calyces, singular is calyx, they are present within the renal pelvis. So renal pelvis consists of the calyces or the calyx. And what are these? Calyx, they are the tip of the renal pyramids. Renal pyramids, I've already shown you these renal pyramids. These are present in the medullary region or present in the medulla. And the tip of the renal pyramids, they are known as the calyces or calyx. And these calyx, they are present in the pelvis region. Okay. The renal medulla consists of this medullary pyramids, renal pyramids, which extend into the calyces. The tip of the renal pyramids is known as the calyces. Okay, this is also clear. Now, between the medullary pyramids, okay, I've shown you these were the medullary pyramids. Okay, so they are triangle shaped structure. These are the medullary pyramids present in the kidney. Okay, so this was the kidney. This was the hilum. Okay. These are the medullary pyramids or the renal pyramids. Okay, these are triangular shaped structure. These are present in the cortex. So this region, these are present in the medulla. So this region is the medulla region. Okay, and this region is the cortex region. So cortex was the outer region, medulla is the inner region. Now this region is known as the pelvis, renal pelvis, and this is known as the hilum. We have already discussed. This notch is known as the hilum, where the renal artery enters and the renal vein it exits, as well as the ureters also arise from this hilum. Okay. Now between this region, so this region, okay, so this region as well as this region, so this region, what happens? The cortex, so this was the cortex. The cortex extend in between these renal pyramids, and this is known as the columns of Bertini. So this region where the cortex extend, this is known as the columns of Bertini. Okay, so they are nothing but they are the extension of the cortex into the medullary region or between the renal pyramids. This is known as the columns of Bertini. Now, the kidney comprises of millions of small units known as the nephron, and the structure of the nephron we have already discussed. Nephrons are the structural and the functional unit of the kidney. Okay. Now, let's moving on. So this is the lateral structure of the kidney. Okay, so this image is the LS of the kidney. Okay, you can see the internal structure here. Alright, so LS of the kidney is used. Okay, and it gives lot of detail about the internal structure of the kidney. Here you can see the cortex. Cortex is the outer region. Okay, cortex is the outer region. Okay, and then we have the medulla. So here you can see the medulla. This is the inner region. Okay, then you can see hilum here. Hilum was a notch, or you can say it is a depression, which is present where? Which is present at the concave side. Okay, this is present where? This is present at the concave side of the kidney. So you can see the kidney have one convex side and one concave side. Now, we have already discussed at hilum what happens. First, the ureter. Ureter as arise from this hilum, and ureters, they will carry the urine that is formed, okay, from the nephrons. All right. So all this urine is then collected in the ureter. Ureter is further connected to the urinary bladder, and then urine is passed out of the body or discharged out of the body through the opening known as the urethra. Okay. Now what else comes out of the hilum? Renal vein. All right. So here you can see this is the renal vein, and it carries what? It carries the deoxygenated blood. All right. So renal vein arise from the kidney and they go to the heart. And what they carry? They carry the deoxygenated blood. They carry deoxygenated blood. Okay. And then you can see renal artery here. So this is the renal artery. So this renal artery, it will carry the oxygenated blood, and it comes from the heart and it enters the kidney. And what will it carry? It will carry the oxygenated blood. Okay, this is clear. Now, this was about the hilum, what is happening at the hilum. Then you can see here the calyx. So there are two kinds of calyx, major calyx and the minor calyx. All right. And then what you can see, there are a lot of blood vessels here, and you can see the papilla here. So papilla, they are nothing but they are the tips of the renal medulla. Okay. You can see here renal medulla. So these are the renal medulla. These are the triangle shaped structure which are present in the medulla region. So these are known as the renal medulla. Okay, and what is the function of the renal medulla? Again, it helps in the filtration of the blood. All right. So same function as the kidney only, because they are the part of the kidney. So it helps in the blood filtration. So this is the role of the renal medulla. Okay, you can see they are the triangle shaped structure, and the tip of the renal medulla is known as the papillae, and this papillae, they extend into this calyx. All right, and here you can also see this Bertini. These are the column of Bertini. So these are nothing but these are the extension of what? These are the extension of the cortex. Okay, these are the extension of the cortex that are present between the renal pyramids. So here, so this region, this is known as the columns of Bertini. Okay, so this is the lateral structure of the kidney, showing you the internal You can say parts of the kidney. All right, now you can tell what are the internal parts of the kidney. Okay. So this was the end of this lecture. Thank you very much for listening. And we will be discussing rest of the topics in the next session. Thank you very much.